Hey gang, this is Pablo Cosa from Prescient. I want to start with a statement for this month's video, and that is that in Node-RED, or in Prescient Designer, since 100% compatible Node-RED, configuration nodes are scoped. This can get you if you're not aware of this. So let me explain. So configuration nodes are nodes typically, for example, a database credential connections, or in this case, in this example, an MQTT broker, where you want to define that once and reuse it in several nodes. For example, in the MQTT here, you have a broker. In this case, I named it broker in my computer, and you can have IP address, authentication credentials, etc. So of course you want to define this once. In this case, it's an in node, but if you have an MQTT out node, you don't want to define that again. So when you come here, it's listed there, and that's fine. And if I type correctly, you can define it, and it's all well and good. Now the issue comes in, say, if you create a subflow, and now I want to use this an MQTT node in a subflow. I see this one, which is the node I defined, but say in this case, I want to use another broker, and let's just call it cloud broker. And I don't know, just make it something one, just completely making this up. So now I have a cloud broker. And it's all well and good, right? So let's just, I don't know. Okay, so I have this subflow, and let's just use this subflow over here, cloud provider. Okay, and I'm just going to deploy. Okay, so now that I deployed, I have defined two brokers, one local and one in a subflow. That's a cloud broker. So I think a lot of people have the expectation that all those config nodes are global. So if I come here, I should see both brokers, but I don't. What happened with the cloud broker? Well, that is in this subflow. So if I go in here, there it is. And why do I see this broker on my computer here? Well, that is because the local broker was defined at a tab level, whereas the cloud broker was defined in the subflow. Can we change that? Yes, although sometimes I think that this feature is not readily obvious or discoverable. If you come down here, see this selector, click on it. And now you see that this cloud broker is scoped to this cloud provider one. So if I want to make it global to the tab or to all flows, now you select it properly. So now if I select on all flows, click update, click done, I deploy again. Now, if I go back to this node, I should see the broker, and I do. So again, every config node has this little selector that is used to select the scope of that configuration node. And by default, it is on the scope is the level at which that configuration node was defined at. So if you define in a tab, it's by default selected on all flows is selected. But if you define the configuration nodes you created in the subflow, by default, it's only going to be available in that subflow. So you have to be mindful if you want them to be global. And I think, at least to me, that's my expectation. You have to change that on all flows, either when you define it or when you realize it, and then you change that deploy, and you're back to having configuration nodes global. I hope this helps. It's one of the gotchas that sometimes can make you wonder a lot, but that's the reason. All right, till next time.